Hey everyone, I'm Sarah from TRAILove, and this is my first video gear review featuring my Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. So I recently bought the Explorer Plus and I had so many questions which I'm hoping to answer for you now in this video. So today I'm going to run through a comparison of some options that are out there, and then I'm going to show you the actual functionality on the Garmin for the major features, as well as the subscription plan options and how much you can expect to pay month to month. And then I'll give you some final thoughts and recommendations. So here's a comparison chart I made showing some of the major models that are available today. And the chart is sorted by cost, and all devices shown have SOS. The Spot Gen 3 on the end is the only device on this page that does not have two-way messaging. You can only send messages. The two InReach Explorer Plus and SE Plus models are very similar. They have the same form factor and functionality, except that the Explorer also has preloaded maps, more memory, and some upgraded sensors like the compass, altimeter, and accelerometer. The Garmin options are the only ones with mapping functionality, and the Mini can do this when it's paired with another device. The battery life shown here is based on 10-minute interval tracking, which you're not likely going to be doing for 100 straight hours, for example, but something to keep in mind if you're going on a much longer trip. The Garmin options are the only ones that can receive weather updates. And overall, so the reason why I chose the Garmin Explorer Plus, my first requirement, of course, was SOS, and as I started doing research, I realized that mapping was important to me, and I wanted to use this as a combined SOS and mapping device, and so I chose the Explorer Plus. Next, I'm going to go on a little hike to show you exactly what this looks like. So today I'm on a hike in the Mount Baldy area to show you how to use some of the mapping features on the Garmin. So first of all, when you're beginning a trip, you're going to want to check in and make sure you have a good satellite connection. So I'm sending a message to test that out now. Good to go. Okay, so now I'm going to begin tracking my trip on the map. So start tracking. And you can share it with friends if you want, so they can follow along with your track. And so this will send a point every 10 minutes and log every minute. I made it up here to Thunder Mountain, and now I'm going to show you some of the maps that the Garmin created. And here's my view. So first off, the trip info gives you a nice little snapshot of your trip times, speeds, and distances. The compass gives you instantaneous stats and also includes your elevation. And then the map, so this has been plotting out my course so far, as well as points where the data was sent back to the map that I'm sharing. And this map was already downloaded to the Garmin since I have the Explorer Plus. This was already on there. Here's an example of the map generated in a browser view. And in this case, I was out on a solo trip, so I shared my map with my husband ahead of time, and this is what he saw. So he could follow along as I was hiking, and it also indicates where I sent a text message, and you can open that up and take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to request a weather forecast. This is a new location that I haven't used before, and I'm just going to have the Garmin use its current location. I'll request a basic forecast, and the applicable charges are one message. So I'm going to go ahead and splurge and get a forecast. So this will take a couple of minutes. Got the weather report. Let's take a look. So it gives you the forecast 3 days out and on increments of 2 hours. It gives you the temperature as well as the expected chance of rain, which I'm a little skeptical about, even 10% chance, but okay. All right, let's send some messages. So first of all, SOS is the most important message you'll ever send, and the button is thankfully hidden under this cover here, so you can't accidentally press it. As far as text messaging, you have a few different options. So first of all, you have 3 preset text messages that you can set up before your trip. and you can change the recipient as well as the message, but once they're set, you're stuck with these ones until you change it after your trip, of course. For a custom text message, you can text either a cell phone, an email, or another Garmin. Like in this case, we actually had a text message conversation between two Garmins and were able to pick a campsite to meet at. For a custom text message, you can use a quick text message so you don't have to type it out. You can select it from the list. And you also have the option to include your coordinates. If you actually want to type out a message, you can use the keyboard here. It's pretty tedious, but you also have the autocomplete option to help you out a little bit. Here's an example text message conversation I had with a Garmin InReach device, and I blocked a couple fields out for privacy, but it's basically just a normal text message that you can reply to send messages back to the Garmin user. And each message that they send to you includes a link, which will take you to a map like this one. And this shows the exact location from when they sent the text message. And if you click on that, you can get more details on their speed and course if they're moving, their elevation, as well as their exact coordinates. Here are your Garmin subscription plan options, and one of these is required to operate any features on the device. You can choose between an annual contract or the month-to-month Freedom plan, which requires a once annual charge for activation. From there, you can pick between 4 different levels depending on how many text messages, tracking points, or weather forecasts you plan to use. And one quick note, the preset messages, those 3 that you can set up ahead of time, those are unlimited regardless of which plan you go with. And personally, I went with the Freedom plan at the recreation level so that I wouldn't have to worry about overage charges with tracking points, and I could turn it off when I'm not using it. Okay, so overall, I am really happy with the Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. The only thing that brings me down is at the end of the month seeing my subscription plan charges, but that'll be the case with any of the devices that you purchase. If you're in the market mainly for an SOS device, I would probably recommend taking a look at the Spotline instead of Garmin because that's going to be more cost effective for you. And if you're looking for something lighter weight, I would check out the Garmin InReach Mini instead. That's going to be quite a bit lighter, and you will make some sacrifices as far as ease of text messaging, and with mapping, you're going to have to pair it with another device. But I think that's a trade-off you can consider for yourself, and all of these options are great options. So I would definitely recommend this device, though, however, if you're looking for both mapping and SOS, and I've been really happy with it so far. So I want to thank everyone for watching the video, and if you have other questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, I would love to take a stab at them in the comments, so please leave me some feedback, and hope to see you in more gear reviews soon. Thank you!